What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, what moved it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO did go down 3.08%, 479 the high, 464 the low, and about 51.7 million shares being traded. Most of that volume did come in the first about hour and a half of the trading day. So NIO, the market was digesting their most recent monthly numbers, and as what I've mentioned, on a year-over-year kind of viewpoint, definitely good stuff, but still seasonally a little bit lower. I know that's going to be unpopular opinion, but that's how Wall Street was going to interpret it. So that, alongside just the whole states attacking Iran, that's what suppressed NIO. But interestingly enough, right here was the key pivot where the market started to really move higher. Just unfortunately, NIO didn't get the memo. So this is what I kind of explain why Wall Street doesn't like NIO. I always get kind of those comments, and I see those comments. And it's not just YouTubers saying that. That's single-handedly like institutions dragging NIO down. But when the market starts to go higher, they just forget NIO exists. That is a lose-lose scenario. So ultimately, that is exactly what did happen today. There hasn't been any new analyst ratings. So last one did come out February the 27th. I do believe that was posted late because I only just saw it today. But DBS did raise their price target from 4 to 660. So again, that's kind of new information somewhat, but still nonetheless, the market was digesting just the monthly numbers, and the broader market started to really move higher because of American macro data, more specifically the S&P Global and ISM Manufacturing. Both came in phenomenal, above forecast, so that's kind of what caused the market to really move higher. But you see a lot of individuals on social media torn about these numbers. So February 20,797. So in reality, like I said, from a year-over-year standpoint, definitely very good improvement, 57.6%, but seasonally, it's on kind of the low end, and still, I guess people kind of choose to be a little bit more bearish or more oriented towards that. Only thing that kind of came out was this right here. So Onvo rolls out purchase tax subsidies and also cuts financing rate to boost demand. I think overall, this is very worded poorly. It's kind of portraying that it is low demand. I kind of tend to disagree with that, but the subsidies is for, looks like the L60 and L90, that's stated right there. So until the end of March, buyers who opt for NIO's battery as a service program will receive for full purchase tax coverage. So pretty good stuff for that. And then you can kind of see that the rates did go down to 0.49%. So again, nothing really crazy that you need to kind of go out and buy NIO because of this, but still it's a good kind of FYI. No different than the last week and a half. Shorts have been really throwing a hell of a lot of shares at NIO. So today shorts did increase 686,000 shares, 7.6% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 156.2 million shares overall being shorted. Still see some signs of naked shorting, so more shares being shorted than on loan. First thing, so when NIO was getting hit, shorts were increasing at the peak about 3 million shares. So still making up for a very large chunk of the daily volume. Cost to borrow average 0.79%. Aside from that, looking at the options, 3.6 million in calls, 1.8 in puts. So nothing really crazy. That's kind of what we've been seeing overall. 54% of all the options being done were bearish in nature, but again, most of that was done in the first about hour and a half, 2 hours of the trading day. From a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be roughly about 5 to 550. Bears are anticipating for it to really break down between that 4 to 450. Again, later this week, we could be seeing some stimulus and some other policy chatter. Nothing really concrete, but that might be a good thing to really push NIO. So that's going to be kicking off on Wednesday, I do believe. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market. So a little bit better than what we're kind of used to, because the last several trading days we've had absolutely none. But today we did have roughly around 6, 3 of which were sells, 3 buys, so somewhat evenly divided. These are all the transactions that did occur on the dark pool. So given how active shorts were, like I said in the beginning, this is why we have kind of some of the large transactions that we do. A couple whole numbers though, so 100,000, 90,000, those are hedge funds. So hedge funds doing a little bit of trading, nothing significant. It'll be very interesting to see at the end of this month when there is going to be that rebalancing that does start. So that will be yeah, there'll be a lot of volatility for that. But with it closing at 472, it is right above this S2. So 471 is going to be that key support level that you want to watch for it to hold over the next couple of trading days. After hours, it's going up a little bit, so kind of generally bouncing off of this, but 450 is going to be the following support. So if this 471 does fail to hold, then just anticipate 450. 484 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, and unfortunately that wasn't even touched today. So hopefully if we do get some good news, new launch kind of chatter or something else, then we could see a nice push higher. One thing as well, ES9, that should be coming out soon, and so you might start to see some more kind of speculative things coming out associated to that, and that's generally what the market does like, usually at least, because the market likes milestone updates, launches, and kind of things in that nature, some more operational successes, but sometimes just the market just seems to, again, hate NIO. That's my interpretation or whatever else. But aside from all of that fun stuff on the actual chart itself, it is below that 50-day moving average, and generally that is a very big deal. In fact, over the last several days, just since the 26th, it's gone down 9.06%. So kind of crazy stuff, and that's not even factoring in the low for today, but you really want to watch for it to get above that 50-day moving average, and that's currently sitting at 486. So definitely watch for that over the next couple of trading days. If not, you could be seeing some further consolidation. So right now, it is below all the key pivotal moving averages that generally I like to look at. Because of the recent price action, it is considered very oversold. So a good piece of news in theory should push NIO higher. So again, something to keep in mind. At the same time, one thing that probably did affect NIO and other Chinese EVs was BYD's data that did come out, a little bit subpar. Tesla and Elon kind of did a little bit of a jab towards them. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of moving parts, and I think just, again, February as well as January seasonally low. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Like I said, nothing really crazy for articles, nothing for, I guess, analyst ratings, even though this does show the 27th. I do believe it was recently posted, but from a market position standpoint, you can see a nice push higher to around that 487. So that's where NIO could go before it's faced with a lot of heavy sellers. But similarly, NIO up to around that 458 does have a good amount of buyers, but that really does need to hold. If not, yeah, you could be seeing a retest at that 438. So let me know your general thoughts on NIO. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you generally doing? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.